Welcome back to the channel. My name is Steven. I'm a pharmacist and I own 52 units of real estate. So I had another shiny object moment looking at RV parks. So I saw Pace Morby's video talking about how he bought an RV park with $0 down of his own money, which is a little bit deceptive because he did have a low down payment. He did creative financing, I think seller financing, and he raised the rest of the money through a private money lender. So technically he had $0 of his money in the deal, but he did raise money, right? So he's using other people's money between the seller financing and then whatever down payment he had private money lenders in the deal. So he was just talking about how RV parks, basically it's more of a business, right? You have multiple streams of income. It's more of a recreation. That's why it's called RV, recreational vehicle park. So he bought two in Montana, and he said that one of them cash flows net about $10,000 a month, and the other one cash flows net, which is about $20,000 a month. So collectively, it's $30,000 a month. And when thinking about that, I was like, wow, that's really significant to replace your W-2 income, right? Like if I had $20,000 a month with just one RV park, it would replace my W-2 income. I don't have to work anymore, and it just takes one of these deals to make it a massive change in your life, right? Versus if I bought a bunch of single family homes, and let's say each single family home cash flows $500 a month, then even if you have like 10 of those, that's only like $5,000, right? So it got me thinking about RV parks, and I actually had an RV park under contract at one point. I owned a mobile home park at one point, which I sold for a loss. So I want to give my perspective on this. So with mobile home park, my mobile home park, why I lost money was number one, I had a bad property management, offsite property management as well as onsite property management. They were bad at collecting rents. They were bad at managing renovations. It was just a bad property management all around. And it's not like you have many property managers in mobile home parks, right? And number two was the area was a D-class area, high crime, too much crime, bad tenants, didn't pay rent, right? So you have the perfect puzzle. You have bad property management. You have a high crime area. You have a tougher tenant base that didn't pay rent. There you go. That's why I lost $100,000 on that deal, right? But I had another deal actually in Oklahoma where it was half mobile home park, half RV park. So literally you could split the line in the middle, and they had a bunch of park owned homes, which was owned by the park. And then they had the other half was RVs, right? And it was in Woodward, Oklahoma. So I think it was near a national park, near lakes. Usually RV parks are near national parks, near lakes, because people want to go hiking, they want to go camping, they want to go fishing, they want to do activities, right? So it's a different client base. And like honestly, I wish I kind of tried an RV park instead of a mobile home park. I was sold the dream for mobile home parks of affordable housing, low income housing, affordability crisis, higher cash flow. These are the buzzwords that people tell you when they want you to invest in an RV park, mobile home park, right? But I think with an RV park, it's more like a hospitality business, and I think it appeals to higher end people who have the ability to travel, right? So RV parks, like I said, it's people who go to national parks, who want to go fishing, who want to go camping, because it's more affordable, relatively speaking, right? So, I was looking at some RV parks, and yeah, like usually they're near a fishing pond where you go fishing. Maybe there's a lake where you can bring your boat, you can bring your kids, you can bring your RV there, you can go camping. There's showers there, there's laundry there, there's a recreational room there. You might have some RV parks have like water slides or pools. Some RV parks have like a camp area where you just can pitch your tent where it's cheaper, right? Because they don't want to have an RV. They just want to keep it cheap with a tent. And then they want to do activities on the weekday or weekend, right? So I was looking at RV parks, and like you can do a lot of business models, a lot of businesses that spin off the RV, right? You could sell propane. You could have a convenience store, grocery store where you sell stuff. You could rent golf carts. You can have a kitchen there where you bake pizzas, right? And sell the pizzas. You could offer like music events. Like, there's a lot you could do with RV park, right? You have multiple streams of income that piggyback off that. You can do laundry service. You could do room service. You could do activities. You can partner with like local tourist stuff so that you get a commission of that. So it's a legit business, which is why one deal is all it takes to replace your W-2 income, right? Because now it's a new job, right? So, was really looking at that And I was just like, wow, maybe I could do one of these. But once again, shiny object syndrome. And once again, like, you have to find a great property manager. That's the hardest part, right? Because not many people can manage an RV park, right? It takes a different skill set, different person, and that's the hardest part. Like, with my property management for my apartments, if my property manager doesn't perform, it's easy to fire them and find a replacement. But to find a property manager for a mobile home park, RV park, it's harder, right? That was a struggle that I had, right? And I think the difference between an RV park and a mobile home park is the RV park appeals to like a higher tenant base because they're going on vacation, right? They're more transient. They're going on vacation, so you have to focus on like your marketing, right? Do you have good marketing? Are you doing paid ads? Do you have Google reviews? Just like Airbnb, are you on a VRBO? Are you on the RV websites? Do you have amenities? Do you do social media, or you talk about your RV park and all the activities you do? Do you get reviews? So it's more like a hospitality business, whereas a mobile home park, it's literally affordable housing, right? So it is more seasonal in terms of income, right? So you can do tiny cabins, you can do glamping. So it's really popular, right? And it's a nice business model. So I was just wondering, like, one of these can replace my income. Like, should I shiny object syndrome into that? But once again, it's like different asset class, different area, right? Like, it'd be, I can still do in Oklahoma, but different asset class. So like, is it worth trying it, right? Or should I just go all in to multifamily, go all into single family homes in Huntsville, Alabama, and be happy with that, right? And eventually get there. Because for me, when I was on my FIRE movement, I wanted to fire fast, right? So to do that, if you get one RV park deal that you worked on for 5 years that got to the point where cash flow is $20K a month, then great, right? Like, you just have to like optimize advertisement. You have to optimize paid clicks. You have to do social media marketing. You have to find ways to get customers to go to your park, right? You have to build your own website. You have to offer additional services, and with additional services comes hiring more employees, right? And more stuff and services. So it's a legit business, right? It's a hospitality business, and it's probably not as passive as I'm saying it is. It's probably a lot more work than it is. I'm sure Pace Morby, he has a great team. That's why he's able to do that, and he makes money either way. So like, he doesn't need to make that money. There's big CapEx expense, right? So, that's why I was kind of really thinking about RV park. So I was looking at a bunch of deals last night on Crexy. Saw a few in Oklahoma that seemed enticing. But like I said, RV parks, you're dealing with like septic tanks, wells, potentially lagoons, if it's not on private city water and sewer. So it's a different mindset in terms of like managing it. And keep in mind, like, if you want to sell this park, it's a more niche buyer, right? Not many people are buying RV parks. So what you have to remember is it's easier to buy the asset than it is to sell the asset. And I learned that the hard way. I bought my mobile home park so easy. I bought my mobile home park in like 90 days. But to sell it, oh my God, it took me a year, right? Mobile home park took me forever, right? Business, we own the business, a pharmacy business. Buying it was easy. To sell it was hard, right? So like, just keep in mind, like, when you buy something, that's the easiest part. Selling it's gonna be harder. So that's why for me, when I buy, I want to own it for the long term, because I know that's gonna be harder to sell than it is to buy, right? So that's why I'm very methodical about each asset I buy now. And even like in Huntsville, Alabama, like, the downside is, I'm buying these new construction, right? But the downside is, if I want to sell my new construction property that I bought in 2021, like, why would they buy my property that I purchased in 2021 when they can buy a new construction? Because they're overbuilding, right? They're building a lot. Like, why would I buy a house that's 3 years old, and this is a really good location, when I can buy something maybe 10, 15 minutes away, but it's new construction? I can pick my finishes, I can pick my lot, I can pick my location, right? So it's a tough sell as well. So that's why when I buy these Huntsville, Alabama new builds, I want to hold this for a very long time, because I know that in the immediate right now, they're building so much, it's hard to sell. That's what's happening to a friend that I have in Austin. He bought a new build like 3 years ago. They want to move back to California. But it's hard to sell because he'd sell for a loss, because there's so much new construction going on. Like, people are just buying the new construction. Like, why should they buy your home that's 2-3 years old when you can buy new construction that's like, not that far, 10 minutes away, right? So that's the downside of new construction. But like I said, I want to hold on to this for the long term. So if interest rates drop to like, for 5% or 3%, whatever, like below 5, I want to buy a lot of these with the intent of holding them for at least 10, 15 years, 20 years, maybe for the rest of my life, right? So when I buy things, I know it's easier to buy, it's hard to sell. So knowing that, make sure you buy right. Make sure you buy something that you want to hold long term. Make sure you buy something that will appreciate long term over time. Make sure you buy something that you will actually enjoy managing in like 10, 15 years. So that's the way that I've approached everything, right? So like now that I'm talking out loud, would I want to manage an RV park for the rest of my life? Maybe not, right? So like maybe it's not the best way to buy, but would I want to manage an Airbnb for the rest of my life? Probably not. Would it be okay buying multifamily that I have property management? I just manage a property manager. Okay, then that might work out, right? Or maybe I can have a great property manager for my RV park, then it'll work out. So like I try to scale and make my business around my lifestyle. And for me, my lifestyle is I want to do what I want. I want to learn. I want to travel. I want to just do things spontaneously whenever I have time, whenever I have wherewithal. So I have to plan accordingly, right? So for me, like I said, if I would try to sell my Huntsville, Alabama property now, I might break even and lose money because they're building so much around there, right? So like, why buy my property? You can buy something brand new. But because I want to hold on to this for like 10, 15 years and I'm banking on the area doing well over time, and hopefully it'll double over time and continue to do well, then that's kind of my goal and my strategy, right? So, because I know it's easy, it's going to be hard to sell. It's easy to buy, right? My single family homes in the Bay Area, those ones are a little bit easier to sell because they're not building as much there. So there's more demand because there's jobs there. So there's high demand there, but there's not that many new homes, right? So I know I can sell my home. Versus in Huntsville, Alabama right now, there's a lot of jobs there, right? A lot of tech jobs, a lot of space jobs, a lot of Air Force jobs, but they're building so much. But eventually they're gonna hit the point where they can't build as much because there's not as much land. And at that point, that's when the value of my new builds will go up significantly, right? Once there's not as many builders. And maybe there's less builders now because interest rates are so high, right? And the current builders are the ones who've been doing this for the past like maybe 5 years, interest rates are lower. So, like you said, knowing that when you buy something, buy right. So you just need to buy like one, at least for me, as somebody who doesn't syndicate and doesn't raise money, I just got to buy one good deal every 3 years and I'll be worth so much money, right? Like if I just buy one good apartment or one good deal every 5 years, one big deal, right? Like one big apartment, one big RV park, or like multiple single family homes, like buy one big deal like every 3 years, I'll probably easily be worth like close to $50 to $100 million by the time I'm like passing away, right? So, it's really interesting when you think of it that way. Like if that's the case, then take your time, be patient, right? That's why I'm so patient with everything now. Like I'm impatient in the micro day-to-day stuff. Like I take quick action. Like if I see the 50 unit, I took quick action. I saw it like literally last night at like midnight, which is like 3 a.m. Oklahoma time. And I woke up this morning at like 9 p.m., which is noon that time, Oklahoma. And I sent the owner a text like, hey, like, are you still interested in selling this 50 unit, right? And maybe he sold it already. Maybe it's a different number. But like, that's how fast action I take. Like I hear about it, I take quick action, right? I look at RV park, quick action, analyze it real quick, right? So, that's just kind of the way that I think, right? So I take quick action in my day-to-day, but in the big picture, I take my time. Like if I can buy one good deal, one home run deal every 3 years, like you said, I'll be worth so much money, right? Like it won't even matter. And if I just stay focused, like I know I could buy one big apartment complex deal. When by big, I mean like 20 to like 50 units probably, every 3 years. That's a home run deal. That's all I need, right? Buy it, stabilize it for 3 years. And then once I'm stabilized and ready, buy another one, right? And then in between, I'll sprinkle in new builds in Huntsville, Alabama. If I do that, I know I'll be worth like probably $50 to $100 million by the time I'm older, right? And that's just doing one strategy. And that's not factoring if my YouTube blows up, if my coaching blows up, if my mentorship blows up, if I become like a amazing realtor, because the bar's so low, right? The bar's so low as becoming a good realtor. I feel like I could become a really good realtor or a real estate broker for those who want to invest in real estate, because I think differently, right? And like, I'm literally buying these deals myself. Like there's so many deals in Huntsville, Alabama. I'm not going to buy it all. I could sell some of it myself, right? Refer someone to my real estate agent myself, right? So that's really what my mindset is and what I'm thinking about it, right? So yeah, that's kind of my thought process now, right? Like it's different. It's a long-term game in terms of patience, but my micro, I take quick decisions. Like if I see a good deal, I'm gonna strike on it. Like the 50 unit I needed that I let go away, it's back on the market, I'm gonna strike, right? Because I know the deal, I know the area, I've seen it, I walked it. So of course I'm gonna move fast, right? Of course I'm gonna move fast on this deal, and strike fast, right? So that's kind of my mindset now. So that's why you have to stay focused, because I know in my market, if there's a good deal, I can strike fast. Like once you look at enough deals in Oklahoma or whatever market you're in, I know what a great deal looks like. I know what an okay deal looks like. I know what an average deal looks like. I know what a bad deal looks like. And you quickly just, the deals that are bad, just move on. The okay deals, just follow up and maybe it'll become a great deal. And the great deals, if you see it and they're motivated, you gotta strike fast. You gotta strike very fast, right? Very, very fast. You gotta strike very fast. So that's just kind of my mindset with this and how I kind of want to approach it for the rest of my life. So, you know, like you said, if I were to buy an RV park, I better be damn sure I want to own this for a long time and that I have good property management in place, because it's going to be more passive for me. And I just want to focus on like the marketing and like the high level stuff, and they have to be able to perform with that. So also looking to buy some deals of creative financing. So I just remembered that on Crexy, you can actually search seller financing and they'll actually find the deals that, or the owners more motivated with seller financing and wanting to be open to the 50-40-10. Like I had this one, I think 14 unit townhome complex that I saw in Oklahoma, a little bit of more of a rural area than I would like, and they're septic, which is a little bit turn off for me, but they wanted 1.7 million, I think, and they're willing to carry $500,000. So I just said, this person is perfect for the 50-40-10 loan, right? Where I put 50, I give them, the bank Velocity will pay 50, I'll put 10% down, which I'm happy with, and then they'll carry 40% at hopefully a 1% interest rate. So my blended interest rate would be 5%. And from there, if it makes sense in cash flow, it'll be great. But I do have concerns that it's a little bit kind of a remote area. They're newer townhomes. Like I think some were built in 2007 and some were built in 2017, which is nice. But the septic is a little bit concerning to me. Like I'm not, my mobile home park had septic tanks, so they could be better and more cost effective. But you know, if you have to replace them, it is expensive, right, to clean them. So, you know, maybe I'll send the deal to like my property manager. It's a little bit further away than I would like. It might be out of their range, but maybe if I can get a good deal and they're willing to sell or carry, you know, 40% of that, I can do my 50-40-10 loan and own this property with 10% down. And, you know, just thinking out loud, when they want 1.7 million for 14 units, that's 100K each. Hopefully they're renting for like, I don't know what the rents, I'm asking for the rent roll and the T12 on that property to see if the cash flow makes sense. But you know, to me, that the rent for at least $1,000 to make this deal work, right? So we'll see. But for me, I like the idea of creative financing. That's why the 50-40-10 loans will be very powerful for me. So I am setting filters on Crexy for seller financing, owner financing, and see what deals come across. And then, like I said, when I'm really serious looking, I'm gonna send out my direct mailing campaign again and start sending out 300 letters a month. And you know, I'm probably gonna find out who the owner is for that 50 unit to see if it's the same guy or someone else, and then you know, kind of go from there. Anyways, let me know what questions you have. Just wanted to share my shiny object syndrome about my RV parks and kind of my mindset now. And let me know what questions you have. If you want to join my mentorship program and you want one-on-one coaching, check out the link down below. You can send me an email if you want a discount code. Otherwise, please like, comment, subscribe. And I hope to see you in the next one. And please share my video with somebody who can find value from this. Thank you so much.